Muziwele Chwani, Mwabuka Shani, Munibwanji, Mujiviepi. Good afternoon, Zambia. Today we have a very exciting topic that we are going to be talking about because I am going to be giving you my understanding and basically my reaction with regards to the new cabinet, appointments and the new ministries that have been created, because there is a grand opportunity for the Zambian youths and Zambian citizens to really do very well. So this is one of the reasons why I am super excited to share this information with you. Then we are also going to be talking about the possibility under the UPN government to earn $1,000 per month per Zambian household. Now, I know a lot of you are going to be saying, Muna, we're going out there, there's no way, there's completely no way the Zambian government can be able to afford and pay us $1,000 per month. That is not practically possible. So anyway, I have a lot of data for you. I have a lot of statistics and I have proof which is going to explain everything, because there are ways that we can get to do this without even getting to use the treasury money, the money which is in our coffers, because there are creative, and very smart ways to go about this particular situation where we can get to give the citizens of Zambia some earnings, some benefits, because Zambia is indeed sitting on a lot of wealth, on a lot of mineral resources, and we just haven't really tapped into, how to go about these things. But there is a statistical way and a proven way that we can get to earn money as citizens. Now, this is very great and exciting, information, especially to you Zambians, especially by youth or the Zambian citizens out there, right? Because obviously the amount of money that is spent on a daily basis is very, very overbearing at this particular moment. But we are having a very listening and progressive government which can really help us to do this. So before Tamanamba Kuntalika, I know a lot of you are going to be really arguing with me. I've got the facts and the data, and we're also going to listen to some professionals as well, because these projections that I'm going to be giving you, they are obviously coming from credible sources. So we're also going to listen to Mr. Is it Mavuto Chipata, who happens to be the CEO of Mopani Copper Mines, because this is where I'm getting the statistics and the numbers. So what I want you to do right now, before we jump into this particular episode, right, I want you to share this video right now, especially if you are watching me, because we need to get the government of the Republic of Zambia, which is being led by the UPND president, the president of the Republic of Zambia, President Hichilema, because we obviously fought for his tenure, and we elected him in office so that he can listen and get to help us solve a few problems. So before we jump into this video, I'm going to give you about 1 second to share this video on your page. Also share it in the different groups that you belong to, because we are definitely going to need to listen to this. So anyway, without further ado, let's jump into today's presentation. So first of all, let's talk about the new cabinet appointments. I am super happy, and one of the things that I can really get to point out is this is a very progressive cabinet list. And the other day, yesterday, I did take the time to ask from you, the Zambian youths and the Zambian citizens, with regards to what you think about this new cabinet. So it really seems a lot of you were really positive about these appointments. So I'm sure you are very happy and you are satisfied. If we take a look at the comments that I was receiving, right, because we had some overwhelming response, everything seems to be okay. A lot of people are really in support of the new ministries and the people who were appointed. So obviously we have to understand that these appointments are coming from the people who got elected into parliament. So you just can't really appoint anybody out of nowhere, so the president is using the list of people and the options that he has. So based on that, obviously these appointments are very good, and the most progressive part of these appointments is obviously the introduction of these new ministries, because previously what was happening in the PF era, right, we had very questionable ministries like the Ministry of Religious Affairs. Come on, what's that? Like, it was totally a waste of time when we had situations where the Ministry of Religious Affairs had to speak out. She was just quiet because she was a cadre. So to be honest with you, I really believe that this is a very progressive direction that Zambia is heading into, and the introduction of ministries such as the Technology and Science Ministry, the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises, is really going to be very beneficial to the youths. So this is one of the reasons why we the youths need to like really take advantage of this. And one of the most important highlights, or rather tweets that President Hichilema made a few days ago, right? He did talk about the Zambian youths getting to sort of utilize this opportunity and get into the tech space. So this is basically what we're doing. So yesterday, President Hichilema said we've created the Ministry of Technology and Science, and we believe that technology will be a major catalyst for economic growth. So if you guys have been following me, right, I did talk about this in my previous episodes. I told you that if Zambia really wants to sort of utilize minimal capital, minimal working capital, one of the major ventures that we need to concentrate on is technology. Because if you look at technology, let me give you a practical example. A company called Telegram. Telegram is an alternative to WhatsApp, but it is encrypted and it has got slightly better features. So a simple software company from Russia was able to raise 1.2 billion US dollars using crowdfunding methods. A single company, one company, a software company, it was able to raise 1.2 billion US dollars. Surely, as a country, are you telling me that we're not really that creative to form, several such companies and get to like raise a lot of money? So basically getting to look at technology, science, and just entrepreneurship, we can really get to solve a lot of problems. So this is one of the reasons why I'm going to go back to my point of getting paid $1,000 per household. Now, before you start arguing with me, right, let me define what a household is. So a household is basically a family, consisting of a husband and a wife legally married. Okay, you have to be legally married. Okay, and then kids. So I'm not really saying that all the 18 million citizens of Zambia are going to be getting paid 1,000. I'm saying per household, and these households have to have criteria that they are going to be getting that money on. For example, you have to be legally registered in the Registrar of Societies. Your marriage has to be like certified by the government of the Republic of Zambia, and this includes all your dependents, your children, and all that stuff. So per household, if we get to find the number of legally registered households in Zambia, right, you find that the number is like literally less than 200,000. But of course, you need to clarify and verify these details from the Registrar of Marriages and all those relevant authorities. So if you talk about the Zambian households, right, this is a very manageable number. We can afford to pay $1,000 to these different households using technology. Now, let's get into a very important aspect, and this is where we're going to now start listening to Mr. Mavuto Chipata, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Mr. Mavuto Chipata, because we're going to looking at Mopani Copper Mines. Mopani Copper Mines is one of the mines in Zambia. So this particular hypothesis is just basically going to be using Mopani Copper Mines. But granted, Zambia has got several mining companies. There's Kansenshi, there's Kongola, and all that stuff. So this is absolutely feasible and it is absolutely possible. So a lot of you might be saying, hey Muna, the government doesn't really have money in their coffers. This money is not going to come from the government of the Republic of Zambia, the coffers. This money is going to be coming from the earnings, the projected profit that these mining companies are going to be producing. And one of the things that I can really get to talk about is especially us, the Zambian youths, the Zambian citizens, we basically do not get anything from the mineral resources that God has blessed us with. At this particular moment, right, we are civilized enough to start benefiting from the land that we sort of inherited from our ancestors, and we are sitting on a lot of mineral deposits, a lot of mineral resources. So it's high time Zambian citizens started getting paid and benefiting from these minerals that we have, because we belong to this land. God has blessed us with this land. There's absolutely no way Zambian citizens should only be sort of smelling, or rather inhaling, carbon monoxide. Copper belt, people from the copper belt, you know, I grew up in Kitwe on the copper belt, and the only thing that I really benefited from these mines is smelling, or rather inhaling, carbon monoxide, center. This is one of the reasons why even our citizens, we look sluggish, we look sick, because the only thing that we benefit from these mineral resources are obviously the toxic substances that they produce in the environment. So at this particular moment, we should be able to earn and benefit from the land and the resources that God has blessed us with. And this is where tokenization of Zambia's minerals comes in. You get what I'm saying? So you guys, I hope you guys are moving with me. I hope we're moving in tandem. So basically, this money is going to be benefiting the people of the land. As long as we're copper, we've got gold, we've got diamonds, we've got natural gas, we've got oil. As long as you are part of this particular land, you are entitled to some benefits. All these benefits in the recent years, they've just been going kuma countries yambi. Zambians, we haven't benefited anything from these particular resources that we have. I remember a long time ago, right, during the era of ZCM, akade abafiashibes vale fulako kampompo, vale fulako gojis protomen firafine, and we were benefiting. But in the recent past, right, like in the recent 20 years, we haven't been benefiting anything. But it is possible to give benefits to the citizens who inherit land, and this particular money is going to be coming from the profits. So the government of the Republic of Zambia is not really going to be spending its own money. This is the money which is going to be produced by Mopani, by Konkola, by all these different other mining companies. And we should also make it mandatory that all the foreign investors who are going to be coming into Zambia, they have to dedicate 10% of their annual revenue to the citizens of Zambia, because Zambian citizens need to benefit from them. Okay. And yeah, so now let's talk about tokenization of Zambia's minerals and how technology comes into this particular aspect. So let me just expand everything. So when we talk about tokenization, right, tokenization is basically getting to evaluate an asset and pay it to, I don't know, something like a digital currency, shares, and all that stuff. For example, let's give a practical example. Let's say, for example, in a particular land in Solwezi, when a company discovers something, or they are trying to get into mining, right? Let's say they evaluate the land, because before a company starts mining, there is obviously exploration. When there's actually deposits of minerals, right, there is a particular evaluation of that particular land. So let's say, for example, land in Solwezi is worth, I don't know, 20 billion US dollars, right? They say, okay, between this particular period, this particular mine is going to mine minerals worth 20 billion US dollars in a period of about 20 years. So what we can do is we can tokenize that particular valuation and be able to allocate it to citizens. So all the citizens, or rather the people who belong to a particular area, right, Solwezi, are entitled to this certain allocation. They can get 20% of it, or 10%, depending on the mathematical evaluation and the projections of the profits and the expenditure and all that stuff. So instead of citizens getting to actually work for that mine to benefit from it, right, by virtue of them inheriting, or rather living on this particular land, right, they are entitled because they are the owners of the land. So you can be able to tokenize this particular set percentage of the projected minerals which are going to be mined, and they can be able to tokenize them and give them to Zambian households or even Zambian citizens. They can be able to say, okay, you were born in Solwezi, this is where your parents were born, right? We're going to be able to give you this and that amount of shares for this particular minerals which are going to be mined. So basically, the citizens of Zambia do not need to have like physical copper. They can have a digitized version of the minerals that they are sitting on. And this is where, the tokenization of minerals comes in. And this is how you can get to benefit as citizens. This is how you can get to have at least a share of the minerals that we have. So at this particular moment, right, Zambians are tired of not really getting to benefit from the minerals, because the only thing that we know about Zambia is we know Zambia is the largest producer of copper. We know that Zambia produces emeralds. If you talk about the emeralds which are produced in Zambia, right, a lot of A-list movie stars are putting on Zambian emeralds, but a lot of Zambians haven't even benefited anyhow. So this is one of the reasons why technology can help us tokenize the land and the valuation of the mineral deposits that we have, and we can be able to sort of have shares, or we can even have redeemable utilities. For example, they can say, okay, Vamopani copper mines, right? They are going to be giving, the people from Kana West or Quito, they're going to be giving them these tokenized shares of the, 10% allocation of the expected copper extraction. So what you can do with that money is, number one, you can either have shares, or you can be able to like sell it for fiat currency, which is kwacha, or you can have redeemable utility expenditure. So instead of kuzesko right, you can just redeem the tokenized money that you have, which is representing the allocation of the mineral deposits that Zambia has. So this is the power of technology. At this particular moment, right, we do not need to be suffering as a country, and this particular method is really going to come at a very low cost. The government of the Republic of Zambia is not really going to need to sort of spend a lot of money, because the amount of money that we are talking about is something which is very feasible. We can actually be paying $1,000 to every Zambian household in Zambia using this particular method. So a lot of you might be saying, hey Muna, what are you talking about? You don't even know the profits and the expenses that these companies have. You don't even know about the fiscal policies that Zambia has, the monetary policies, and all that stuff. So let me use a practical example. So in this particular example, right, we are going to be using Mopani copper mines. So Mopani copper mines is going to be our case study. We're going to look at the profits that they have been able to generate in 2021, 2020. We're going to look at recent, annual profits and losses that they were having, the amount of copper that they extracted. And by the way, copper is not the only mineral resource that these companies get. And the other thing that you have to remember is there's obviously this transition of the world for ethical ways of emitting energy. This is one of the reasons why the world is gravitating towards electrical vehicles. Electrical vehicles are going to be like the next big thing in the next coming few years. So copper is going to be in high demand. Cobalt is going to be on high, or rather it's going to be very much needed. So things like electric batteries, all these wirings are going to be sort of high demand. So this is one of the reasons why the copper prices are going to do very well. So besides copper, we've got gold, we've got natural gases. So we've got a lot of revenues that we can use to get this particular $1,000 per month, which is absolutely feasible, which is going to be coming at low cost to about zero cost. Here, I'm not really saying the government of the Republic of Zambia is going to be going into their budget, because we already know they inherited an empty budget. They inherited an empty treasury, almost an empty treasury, and we're also stressed because 30% of our budget goes to, paying loan interest and all that stuff. So we have to come up with ways which are alternative to us going into our, budget and just creating other expenses. So we need to look for creative ways to sort of get money from elsewhere. And already we have a lot of mineral resources. We have this very common, practical example that really goes like, ganao kwata sample baya tashupa. I'm sure you guys who have hustled pakatondo and all that stuff, you already know what I'm talking about. So Zambia has got ama sample, we've got ama resources. So ama investors, they're supposed to be bending to our will. We're not supposed to be begging for foreign investors and all that stuff, because we have what they are looking for. Let's say, for example, a foreign investor doesn't like our conditions, right? Let's say they don't like the fact that they have to give 10% of their allocations to the Zambian citizens, right? There's always going to be another buyer. And now, quite a sample, baya tashupa. So we should have that mentality where we sort of control the negotiations, because we have what they need. They need us more than we need them. Okay, so getting back to what I was saying, right? Let's look at what Mr. Mavuto Chipata talked about, and we're going to talk about the calculations, because I came up with some calculations based on Mopani copper mine alone, right? And just continue watching. So I hope you are watching this video right now, and I really hope that you have shared this video. So please share this video. We need to tag Miss Honorable Felix Mutati, because he's the technological and science minister, technology and science minister. Then we should also tag the small and medium scale enterprise ministry, okay, because they need to know. So share this video right now. Okay, so now let's listen to Mr. Mavuto Chipata, and let's listen to the projections of Mopani copper mine. So yeah, I hope you guys are ready.
What do you mean, what is the current value of Mopani?
So here the interviewer asked Mr. Mavuto Chipata about the valuation of Mopani copper mine. So he was basically talking about the mineral deposits and the projected extraction, and how much worth the minerals are going to be with regards to the Mopani output in terms of turnover. So let's listen to this.
Pay Glencore $1. So which bank will handle the $1? Is that the question?
Well, I need clarification on that.
So yeah, so Glencore have got their banks. We pay them from our bank. We have got banks. We pay them $1. That's what it is.
What is the current value of Mopani copper mines?
What do you mean? What is the current value of Mopani?
How much are we going to be expected? How much in value, do we expect to be getting as turnover, once we start, operationalizing this particular mine?
Look, currently.
Now listen to the projections, the numbers. So these numbers are not coming from me; they're coming from an expert. They're coming from Mr. Mavuto Chipata. Now we'll do the math later.
Mopani is producing at about 34,000 tons per annum. The plan over the period of 5 years is to ramp up production to about 150,000 tons per annum.
Okay, so you heard that, right? So currently, this interview was done in January 2021. So at this particular moment, right, and obviously in the previous years, the production of only copper. Granted, there are other mineral resources that Mopani extracts, such as cobalt and a whole lot more. Plus, we also have gold and other stuff. So this is just based on copper alone. Mopani produces about 34,000 tons of copper per annum. 34,000 tons. And then in the next 5 years, they're going to ramp up production to about 105,000 tons of copper. Okay, so let's play that once more.
Okay, so if you think about 100,000 tons at a price of $8,000 per ton, you're talking about around $800 million per year in terms of sales value.
Yeah, so based on that, right? In the next 5 years, Mopani is projected to produce 100,000 to about 105,000 tons of copper. Now let's look at the price of copper on the market right now. So copper price. Okay, so if you take a look at this, right, the current price of copper. Yeah, let's take a look at that per ton. Yeah, so if you look at the price of copper per ton, right, this is about $9,401 per ton. So based on this particular projection, right, we can have a rough estimation of the projected amount of money that Mopani copper mine is going to get and obtain from copper alone. Okay, so 34,000 tons per annum. This is what it has been producing for the past few years, and in the next 5 years, right, it's going to be producing, because it's going to be ramping up production to about 150,000 tons per annum. So if you look at the current price of copper, 9,330 or 9,401 per ton, right? If you do the mathematics right there, this is close to about, 1 billion US dollars, if I'm not mistaken. So let me just quickly multiply that so that we can do this together. So let's look at the calculator. Yeah, so let's do 150. Okay, so 150,000 multiplied by 9,401. So this right over here is the amount of money that Mopani Copper Mine is going to potentially sort of get to earn. This is about 1.4 billion US dollars, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe is it? Yeah, if you have mathematics, if you have more than 1 billion US dollars. Okay, so are you telling me that from 1 billion US dollars we can't really allocate 10% to the citizens of Zambia? Granted, Mopani and all these other mining companies have got expenses. They've got expenses. They need to pay workers and all that stuff. We know that, but we have to make sure that the citizens of Zambia benefit. So are you telling me that kuli 1 billion US dollars states to funya poka 10% gato afunya poka 10%, right? What's 10% of 1 billion US dollars? That's like 100 million US dollars, if I'm not mistaken. Because mathematics calculator, so it's about 100 million US dollars. So if you look at that 100 million US dollars divided by 12 months, per month we are having 10 million US dollars for Zambian citizens to share. And due to my previous explanation, Zambian households, I'm not talking about each and every Zambian citizen, I'm talking about Zambian households. Zambian households should be a married man, a married woman, legally married together with kids. Okay, so in a family household there's about 5 people on average. Okay, and this is going to be a very great method because it's going to allow citizens to legally it's going to help us document our citizens better, because it's going to be an incentive for people to create families. Right now the current population of Zambia is very, very little. We need to have a higher population. We need to be reaching 50 million citizens, 100 million citizens, so that our economy can also do very well. So as it stands, the Zambian population is very, very minimal. So we need to find ways to make sure that our citizens are able to go forth and multiply. So Vashimayo na Vashitata, we've got a lot of work to do. But of course, this is only going to come if the government has got incentives to provide the citizens to sort of create these families. And it is absolutely possible due to the fact that we are having an extra resource, an extra source of revenue. And if you talk about 10 million US dollars per month, that is more than enough for all the registered Zambian households. And please get me clear, okay? When I talk about Zambian households, right, a lot of them, if you look at the registrar of societies or the registrar of marriages, right, they are very, very minimal. I'm sure there are less than 500,000 registered Zambian households, less than 1 million. So it's very possible to get paid, $1,000 per month. So this is one of the reasons why I'm saying, look, Imaba Zambia, we have a lot of money, and these projections are only related to copper. If you look at gold, it's another story. And this particular projection is only for Mopani copper mines alone. Mopani Chabe, just one mining company in Zambia. Now, how many mining companies are in Zambia? There's a lot, right? There's a lot. And what we can do is we can be very strict and tell all the foreign investors, look, if you're going to be investing in Zambia, right, you have to allocate something to the Zambian citizens, because you are utilizing our land. You're coming here to make money. So this is one of the reasons why, instead of just benefiting from inhaling center and carbon monoxide, our rivers are being polluted. It's high time Zambian citizens started benefiting from the fact that they occupy land which is endowed with a lot of mineral resources. So this can happen. It is possible. And one of the things that I can really talk about is the UPND doesn't really have a lot of time. Do you know why UPND doesn't have a lot of time, right? Because there is high expectation from the UPND. And right now, at this particular moment, right, people need results, because at this particular moment, people are like, at least moi PF amakadazi bale paka kwempia utuma baby mamas utuma slay queens it wale benefit but apa amakadazi takuri. So where are all these people going to end up going? So this is one of the reasons why the UPND shouldn't be satisfied. They should be seeking for alternative ways to earn income. And this is one of the reasons why we are here. We are here to provide these, eye-opening opportunities, because we've got the blueprint. We've got, ways that we can really get to create wealth from basically zero. So this particular method is not really going to cost the UPND anything. Okay, the only expenses probably that the UPND is going to encounter is probably just hiring genuine valuators who are going to evaluate the land, and people who are going to create this particular technology to do the tokenization. And this is where we come in. Okay, we've been on this particular blockchain tokenization type of trajectory for the past 5 years. We've worked with companies in Angola, Zimbabwe, Russia, and all that stuff. So this is where youths who are doing things can actually come in and just basically get to help and make Zambia progress. Then the other thing is, we are at the beginning of a market recession. In terms of world economy, the world is going to have a recession during the rule of UPND. It's going to happen anytime. It could happen in the next 4 or 5 years. Okay, so this is one of the reasons why during the rule of UPND, the world is going to experience a recession. And when the world experiences a recession, right, everything is going to be affected, including Zambia. And during that particular time, right, if citizens are going to be having bad lifestyle and there isn't going to be any projective or rather progressive developments, there's going to be trouble for them in 2026. So this is one of the reasons why the UPND has to hit the road running, utilize the human capital that we are blessed with, because Zambia is mostly a younger population. The youths are in abundance, so we can utilize the youths, we can utilize the expertise and the initiative that the youth have, and this is going to sort of be a very cost efficient type of way to create wealth. So due to the fact that the world is going to be experiencing a world recession, they don't really have a lot of time. They do not really have a lot of time. So if you guys follow the world economy, right, this is the S&P mini futures, right? So obviously for the past few days we have been losing points on the S&P 500. We moved from around 4,550 and we're kind of at 4,515. So we could potentially see the recession really become aggressive, and it could really mean that a lot of things are going to be affected, because we obviously had this gigantic run up since the coronavirus dump. So as the ruling party, and you guys already know me, I'm a UPND sympathizer. I have been sort of supporting UPND digitally using this particular platform since 2015. So I really want them to succeed, and I really want them to progress, and most importantly, I really want Zambians to succeed, because we can be able to earn $1,000 per month per household, and that is a lot of money that people can use to start up businesses, to live a very, you know, healthy and stress-free type of lifestyle. And in general, the GDP is also going to grow. So this is one of the reasons why we have to be very, very, you know, productive. We have to help the new ministries, especially the Ministry of Technology and Science, small and medium enterprise ministry as well, to sort of see these opportunities, because initially we did try to engage the previous government, but you know, the PF government, so hopefully the new government is going to be able to like listen to the ideas and the strategies that we have, because these are workable strategies. These are things that are actually being utilized by other countries as well. So technology can be used in improving the lifestyle of Zambians and making it very cost efficient. So if you talk about the supply chain system of a lot of mines, because if you look at the transportation of mineral resources from one place to another, right, there's a lot of theft. Copper belt, I remember, if you stayed in Quito, right, you guys already know how the trains that are carrying the copper cathodes are consistently looted. So we can actually make it very efficient by using technology, by using IoT sensors. So IoT sensors are going to be able to like basically be able to like track the transition, or rather the movement of these, you know, copper or rather minerals from point A to point B. With that, you can be able to like see, okay, it failed at this particular point, then the copper went missing, so how did it happen? So there are obviously a lot of different ways that technology can be used to improve the efficiency and the profit margins. Talk about agriculture. You can use IoT sensors when transporting you know, cold products. When you're transporting you know, products that need to be refrigerated, you can use IoT sensors to moderate the temperature in the transportation, you know, trucks, the fridges and all that stuff. You can be able to like digitally do that using technology. When we have efficiency in the supply chain ecosystem, right, the country makes a lot of money. The companies produce a lot of profit. ZRA also gets to benefit. Indeed, everybody gets to make money. So using technology, a lot of things can be done. We can be able to like set up different tech hubs, you know, where we are producing these brilliant guys with different ideas and raising funds and just doing a lot of exciting stuff, and being able to utilize the emerging technologies such as blockchain technology. If you look at blockchain technology at this particular moment, right, look at the way China is taking advantage of it. If you guys trade cryptocurrencies, or if you know anything about blockchain technology, right, you already understand how the Chinese have been able to like take advantage of blockchain technology. Look at Binance.com. Look at the Binance cryptocurrency. These guys are absolutely taking advantage of it, and we can actually get to attract more specific investors who are interested in blockchain technology. And Africa is a very prime example where blockchain technology can be utilized. So we need to be the pioneers of this particular emerging technology, because if we do that, right, we're going to be able to sort of attract these investors and basically make Zambia, you know, a tax haven for blockchain investors, and just make it a tech hub for blockchain investment like that. And like that, we'll be able to like get fresh money, because there's honestly a lot of ways to raise money and crowdfund and just basically be able to create a lot of wealth. So what we need from the Minister of Science and Technology, Honorable Felix Mutati, is we're going to present you with, you know, the minimum viable products that we have, because we've got MVPs, we've got, you know, alphas, and we've got working products. We're going to present you these particular MVPs, and then we're going to see how we can sort of create synergy and see how we can get to create a lot of wealth. So all that we need from you is your support and your guidance, especially due to the fact that you are heading the Ministry of Science and Technology. So busy so tag Honorable Felix Mutati right now, tag all the UPND people, share this particular video in all the UPND groups, because I'm a Zambians to feel to build up and so you need to support me, because you know I'm actually vouching for the youths, I'm actually vouching for Zambian citizens, and you know, if people can hear, if the government can hear me, each household $1,000 per month, just like the Bible said, go forth and multiply, and you just basically be enjoying life, because at least you'll be able to have like a peace of mind by the end of it all. And of course, we're not really encouraging laziness. We just want our people to collectively do well, because if our people collectively do well, everybody gets to benefit. There will be a lot of billionaires in Zambia. There's going to be a lot of millionaires in Zambia, because there is an ecosystem of economic progress. So anyhow, I think twaranda sana. I think if you're Shala, you do the rest. So I'm really looking forward to like hearing your comments and suggestions, because this is a platform for the youths. Okay, ina panevo youth up ine akwebati balabambi bali abakwebati bakomanda mwinko but ina 65 and that's never youth. Me, I'm an actual youth. I fit the criteria, and I represent the Zambian youths, and this is the leading platform for the Zambian youth. So we need to work together. If you are part of Z Corner, just know that we are actually doing this for you and I, because we want to progressively progress and just take Zambia to a whole new level. So I really encourage you guys to like support Z Corner in terms of sharing stuff. We're not even asking for donations and monetary. No, we don't need money. We need your support. We need you to share this video. We need you to comment every time we like put up a video, because we are actually looking out for the Zambian citizens and the Zambian youth, and we want to make sure that Zambia progresses. So my name is Mnalula. I am the founder of TechAbantu.com. TechAbantu is basically a blockchain company. We do various blockchain related services. I'm also a business developer, and I'm also a digital marketer as well. So when it comes to business development and marketing and all that stuff, I am your guy. So yeah, what else? I think if you never come back. So in case you really want to reach me, just check out my email. My email is right here. It should be like down there. You can either reach me on muna@techabantu.com or muna@zcorner.com. So if you want to see what we do, just go to techabantu.com. You're going to be able to like see the products that we have and the different things that we are actually building, because we are actually working on stuff. Like 2015, we've been on this path for like a very long period of time, and I really think the UPND government is going to sort of be able to like benefit from all the things that we've been working with. So we've got the manpower in terms of delivering all these software and that stuff. We've got the manpower, we've got the expertise, and this is basically our forte, if I can put it that way. So this is one of the reasons why we are trying to get the attention of the relevant people. And of course, today is a very busy day, because these guys are going to be there's going to be a swearing in of the newly appointed ministers and other stuff. So at this particular moment, we'll just give them a little bit of time, but we are going to be here to give and share our ideas, because if we do this, everybody's going to benefit. So that's all I had for you. It's been your Lozi brother Nalula, and hope you had a great time. Remember, share this video in more than 10 groups. I want you to share this video in 10 groups right about now. Share it on your page as well, because I am looking forward to having this information reach the relevant authorities out there. So I'm looking forward to working and engaging. I really heard this word. It's kind of hard for me to pronounce. Engaging. Yeah, I really look forward to like creating synergy with these newly created ministries, because we've actually got things that they can utilize, and everybody gets to benefit. When everybody gets to benefit, they're doing a very great job. UPND gets to have a very good impression on the citizens, and they get to be applauded as well. So yeah, let's work with one another. Talk to you a little bit later. Be blessed, be productive. Remember, keep on hustling. Always work on your side hustles, and you have to remember that nothing comes easy. If you start something brand new, if you start a business right now, it's going to take you about 3 to 5 years in order for you to have a breakthrough. So if you're going into entrepreneurship, don't think everything is going to work out immediately. You have to be resilient. I always keep on telling this to people. There's always the learning curve. What you can do in order for you to like minimize the learning curve is you can either have a mentor, or you're going to have that through experience. So always try to minimize the learning curve. What the previous government did is they wasted a lot of money on the youth empowerment fund, because they were just giving out money to people who had questionable expertise and experience. So what's going to happen is I can safely say that there's going to be some trouble recollecting that amount of money, because these people, once they started their businesses, it's going to take a little bit of time for them to like really get the hang of it. It takes about 3 to 5 years. So if you start something right now, just know that there's going to be a little bit of learning curve that you're going to experience, and it's not going to be easy. So just think about 3 to about 5 years. Business back to you, profits now, no kubela. Just know that you have to allocate that particular time, but it doesn't really prohibit you from starting. Just start wherever you are with all the resources that you have. Start with what you've been given and what God has blessed you with. Otherwise, no excuses. This is a new dawn, new era, and we should always farm our own food, grow our own food. So make sure you've got a garden. Make sure you grow your own tomatoes, vegetables and other stuff, because by the end of it all, GMO fairly for the sana, and you also need to be healthy. You need to have good skin. You need to be healthy, so that you can actually, live longer, because the longer you live, the more money that you're going to be able to have. So anyway, talk to you a little bit later. That was too much. God bless you and have fun.